All right, let's go ahead and get to my last guest of the evening. Former guest is back. It's Kaci Lennox. How's it going?
I'm doing well.
Thank you.
How
So,
are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So much for being back on the show. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me back.
So, so before we I go any further, how's everything with you, health wise, quarantine times?
Everything's well. I'm trying to stay as busy as possible. I've done so many house projects. Um, I've changed my diet, so hopefully when I come back to wrestling, I'm skinnier. And then I'm just working out like as much as possible because I have so much free time. But everything's been well. I got some new stuff for the fans that I'm launching in June. And yeah, I'm just staying active and busy.
So let's talk about some of the wrestling that you was able to do before everything
Hmm.
got shut down. What were some highlights, some moments that you had prior to everything being shut down?
So I actually got to go to Alabama finally. The last time I was supposed to go to Alabama, I had my blood clot, so I had to cancel everything for the 6 months. But I was able to wrestle in Alabama. I had a complete lineup for April, but everything happened. Um, and then, yeah, I was just booked. I was booked January and February, and then March is kind of when like stuff did start going um, a little haywire. But I had my Mania weekend all booked out, and then life happened, which sucks. But we'll be back.
That is true. Let me say, as a wrestling fan in general, uh, we miss y'all. We miss that interaction. We miss seeing y'all
Thanks.
going out there to perform. This pandemic has affected all of us in some way, shape, or form. It's
Right.
made us all adapt and everything.
Mhm.
So while we're still learning some stuff every day, this virus is still out there. And when you go out these, I'm encouraging everyone just to be safe out there and just have some common
Mhm.
sense. Um, if
Yeah. I feel like, unfortunately, on that like topic of going out and being safe, like I know, I don't know how you feel about masks, but I know that they are technically supposed to, I guess, like limit your chances of getting the virus or protect you a little bit more. It scares me personally because I have continued to see numerous people just, out and about at stores or at random places, and they don't have any protection, um, which is it's like unfortunate for them. It's unfortunate um, for everyone involved because you don't know if they have the virus, if I have the virus. Um, it just sucks, and I feel like there's going to be that horrible resurgence that nobody wants to really talk about, but I feel like it will happen. So yeah, hopefully we'll just learn to take care of themselves better and take care of others better. Because it's not, not wearing a mask isn't necessarily just about protecting myself. It's about protecting the older people, the people who have horrible immune systems. So that's kind of all I have to say on that. Is that people start to be more aware about what they're doing.
I agree with you 1,000%. Um, just you got health officials, you got CDC, you got the World Health Organization, all saying the
Mhm.
same thing, like social distancing, and they are encouraging people to wear a mask in public if you go to a grocery store or you're going to work. Now, I lost my job in late March, and I got my job back 6 weeks later, and everybody is wearing a mask. So it's,
Mhm.
for some,
Yeah.
yeah,
I lost my job as well, so I'm not at SeaWorld right now. We are fortunately reopening, um, but for myself and obviously many others, um, going back to the same job.
yeah,
Like you're not going back to the same hours. You're not going back to the amount of hours. Like people are still losing money because of this virus, and you're not going back to what your normal job was. Like everything's going to be different, and it's going to be different for a very long time if people from the president to the government officials to the little people like you and I,
yeah.
until we step up and uh, make the change that we need to and actually be like, hey, this is an actual disease. Like it really is killing people. Just because I don't know somebody that it kills doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
We need to step up as people and like band together so that we can get rid of it. But that's just, I don't know, that's my opinion.
Yo, I'm in the same boat. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. So, so with wrestlers like yourself not being able to compete for a while, to travel and
Mhm.
everything,
Mhm.
um, what can fans like myself do to help support y'all during this time? Like, buying merchandise. I see that you have a Patreon that people can
I
check
do have a
out.
Patreon.
What are some other options that fans can do to help if they are financially able to?
So obviously buying the merch and supporting us in the monetary ways are like a blessing. I would just say just sharing our stuff, retweeting our stuff, um, making us, it's so hard in wrestling to stay, that is not the word, to stay kind of like in the limelight. It's hard to stay in that like picture. Like if you're not constantly posting, if you're not constantly working shows or saying you're going to be at shows, it's very hard to constantly stay remembered. So I would say that retweets and likes on pictures or posts or anything like that, just to share your favorite worker or wrestler's name. That can be a big help. I mean, it doesn't help really financially right now, but it does financially in the long run when a promotion, oh, this person got all the retweets on their posts, the crowds must love them. It would definitely help them. So that's what I say. Just retweets and sharing and even sharing our merch page or our merch ads or whatever ads we do regarding merch, because you might not be able to afford it, but there might be a person who sees your retweet that can afford it and they can buy one. So that's what I would say.
Very, very true. And fans talk about how much they love wrestling, they love the sport, how they appreciate it.
Yep.
Well, it's definitely time to show that even more. Just
Yeah, and I understand like it's hard for everybody
yeah,
um, to do, and I'm super appreciative of um, the people who have done it for me recently. But like I said, just you asking me to be on your podcast so that people can still hear my voice, hear my opinions and thoughts on stuff. That helps. So thank you.
truly, true, absolutely, for sure. Been a fan of yours for so many years. Just
Yeah.
just seeing how you have evolved and how you have gotten better, get a name for yourself. And I do buy some downloads from New England Female Wrestling, Liberty Pro
Hmm.
Women Wrestling. I've been buying stuff like that too, and with concerts, conventions, and festivals, those places
Yeah.
I tend to go to a lot, but that ain't
Yeah.
happening right now. So I'm kind of
I,
my money to help my wrestling friends out. buying some merchandise and here and there. I've already done that already. I'm overtime a lot for a while, so I do want to help out
Mhm.
as many as I can, and I want to help you out. So if you have any
Thank
T-shirts
you.
or 8x10 or whatever, I got you. I got you.
Thank you. I definitely have a bunch of merch. Um, and I'll be having some more new stuff coming in June. So I would wait until then if you want.
June sounds perfect to me because that is my birthday month. I'm just saying.
Is it really when's your birthday?
June 25th.
Oh, you're a Cancer. Gemini. Mine's June 18th. You're like 2 days after my grandfather's birthday, actually.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
that's cool.
I mean, I know,
Mhm.
I know we're different signs, but we all some June babies, so that's good enough for me.
We are. We are. We're summer babies, so that's
Summer babies,
fine.
summer babies are the best. I don't care what anybody say. I just don't.
Yes, we are. The opinion is invalid.
So you have gotten a chance to face so many wrestlers, talented wrestlers throughout your career. And while
Mhm.
everybody chomping, just anxiously await to get back out there, um, who are some people out there from independent wrestling or maybe pro wrestling or whatever? Who's some wrestlers who are so eager to go up against once this whole pandemic is over?
Oh my goodness, there's so many. Um, off the top of my head, I would love to actually work Ariel Monroe. I got to train with her for a little bit, and she's just amazing. I'd love to work her. Big Swole, sorry, she doesn't go by Ariel Monroe anymore. um, but Big Swole, I love to work. Let's see, maybe I'll do one from each promotion. Big Swole. Let's do. I'd like to work with Dakota Kai, actually. She's
Ooh.
super fun. Um, Say it again.
Yeah, I said, ooh, okay, Dakota Kai. I like that.
um, no, she's super fun, and I love her heel work. Um, I feel like she's a way better heel than she is a baby. And that, like, I don't know. I love her work right now. Um, and then Impact, I would say I've always like I grew up watching Kimberly, so she's pretty cool to work with her. Obviously, I would love to be able to work with Gal Kim, but she doesn't wrestle anymore, so. So Gal Kim, um, Kimberly. Um, I'm gonna go two, and then Dakota and Big Swole.
I love Big Swole. I just like that name.
Me too.
I like the name. Just she's
Yeah, it's different. And
yeah.
like what I love about her is that um she's not afraid to voice her opinion, and she's not afraid to put her story out, and she's not afraid to be herself and to be different. Like, we're in 2020. Like, most girls are with their, I don't want to say basic because I'm a girl. Most girls have their Casey, or most girls have like whatever their name is. Like, you don't, when you see a wrestler, I would say like Karma. Like, Karma,
Hmm.
to me, I feel like isn't a generic wrestling name. You know, it's not, and it's not. Big Soul isn't either. It's like when you see Big Soul on paper, it's like, okay, big and swole. Um, like, to me, I feel like that is something out of, I don't know, something you can name like one of your video game characters. And that's who she is, though. And that's what makes it so great. And like I said, she's not afraid to share her story. She goes out, she rocks her body, which looks amazing for having a daughter. Um, she rocks her braids, and she is who she is, and that's why I truly appreciate her, and that's why I would love to work her.
I definitely
And
hope
she's just
so.
so fun.
Yeah, she's just fun. She's refreshing. I'm gonna need
Yeah,
I'm gonna need her to be a woman, the AEW Women's Champion down the road. I, I'm just
for
saying.
sure. She has
Just
to be.
yeah, yeah. So I shout out to the new champion, of course, Shada. She's awesome. Happy for her. Props to Nala Rose, and what she stands up for. Respect to her.
Right.
AEW doing great things. Their show this past weekend was crazy. That Stadium Stampede match with Jericho and Matt
I
Hardy.
see it.
I'm just
I
gonna
didn't get to
say,
see. I mean, I've seen the clips or whatever.
yeah.
I didn't get to see the whole show though.
I just gotten to see. Uh, looks real good, really good.
Good, good,
So that's
good.
good. So with wrestling, it's like a brotherhood. It's a sisterhood,
Mhm.
bond, love, trust, and everything. Heartbreaking losses last week under two different circumstances. Shad Gaspard, one half of Crime Time.
Mhm.
Heroic effort on his part, making sure that his son was rescued. Um, and
Mhm.
so rest in peace to him. We're praying for his family. We're praying for JTG as well. And of course, what happened with
Mhm.
Hannah Comera under different circumstances. And it's just a reminder that
Yeah.
evil people out there, especially in social media, you know, social
Yeah.
media has its pros and cons. Obviously, it could be good. Could have jokes, trolling here and there. But the cyberbullying that's totally unacceptable is never okay. It never has, and it never will be. So thoughts and
Right.
thoughts and prayers go out to her family and Stardom Wrestling as well. They lost one of their, and she's 22 years old. I mean, that's devastating.
Yeah. I'll say it is a sad loss. Both of those losses. People don't fully understand what they're saying can eat away at us. Like I understand that we're athletes and we put our lives in the public view, and we're going to get ridiculed and criticized and stuff like that. Um, what they don't understand is that, and I'm sure you've heard this, but like we are people just like they are. Um, we have feelings just like they do. So they say these things and they think that it doesn't affect us, but it does. Or they'll say these things and like I've gotten it often where people will message me rude things and then expect me to reply, and like why would I reply to that? You know? I don't want that negativity in my life. I don't want that drama or those horrible thoughts in my life. So why would I respond to it? But her death was very unfortunate. It hit the wrestling community hard. She was very young. She was very beautiful. She was talented in the ring. I don't know her personally, but just hearing stories from other people, she was the total package. Like she had such a bright future with her, and it's very unfortunate, like you said, that the situation occurred. And then regarding Shad, um, I'm sure you've seen the multiple posts from many different athletes, fans, just everybody, saying how kind he was and how genuine and how big of a smile he had and how he made you feel like you were his friend, even if you had just met him. Um, so, like you said, he was a true hero. He went out like a true hero, and his passing is unfortunate as well. But his time here God takes you in when it's your time to go, you know. Um, and apparently he must have accomplished everything that he needed to in this life. So he'll live on through his son and his wife. Um, and it'll be tough for a very long time, but uh, we will, you know, move on and be stronger from it. And yeah, it sucks. I get emotional talking about it all the time just because um, he wasn't like a friend of mine, but I knew him through a mutual friend. So it just sucks that it happened.
Very, very true. R.I.P. Kumar. R.I.P. the Shag Bar. I've been fortunate. I got to meet Shad for a decade ago through an autograph session. Him and JTG just upbeat. You know, JTG hit me with a yo,
Yeah,
yo,
and
just
like a lot of people, like even if you don't know them,
yeah,
like that's who they are, and that's what's amazing is that you have two genuine, kind souls that live on, or one that still lives on this earth and one that lives on this earth, um, that like that it's out there. Like so many times, like regarding the other situation, you look at stuff like that and you look at why she did it, and then you look at Shad and you say, well, there are still kind people out here, you know? Like there's not always bullies, and there's not always people that are degrading you and calling you derogatory slurs or anything like that. So it sucks. That's who they really are, though.
yeah.
Like it's nice because who you see on TV isn't just an act; it's actually who they are.
Very, very true. Um, you can check out Kaci Lennox on social media. She's on there at the Miss Kaci Lennox. That's her handle name on Twitter and on
Yeah.
Instagram as well. She's got a Facebook fan page, so you can hit that like button. And she's also on Patreon as well. So
Mm-hmm.
go check all those links out. And while you at it, if you are able to, reach out to her for some merch that she has available, and
Yes, please.
she got you. I need some Kaci Lennox to my collection. So for sure, uh, it's great to have you back on. Thank you so much, Kaci.
Thank you.
Great having you. Continue to be
Thanks for
safe.
having me.
Continue to be safe out there, and we'll chat again soon.
All right. Thank you.